2008, Barack Obama promised to fundamentally change our country. In the span of 11 days, he's treated the Constitution like toilet paper on 3 different occasions. The president was questioned in 2011 why he wasn't declaring amnesty for all illegals, and he replied truthfully.
There are enough laws on the books by Congress that are very clear in terms of how we have to enforce our immigration system, that for me to simply, through executive order, ignore those congressional mandates would not conform with my appropriate role as president.
The president taught constitutional law, so he was telling the truth in that response to the question on Univision. But it also means he knew he was brazenly violating the Constitution when he made this statement.
Effective immediately, the Department of Homeland Security is taking steps to lift the shadow of deportation from these young people. Over the next few months, eligible individuals who do not present a risk to national security or public safety will be able to request temporary relief from deportation proceedings and apply for work authorization.
5 days later, the president declared executive privilege in the Fast and Furious investigation. Consider his hypocritical comment on President Bush for making the same executive privilege claim in 2007.
Do you favor executive privilege, or should Karl Rove and others in that like position be forced to testify before the House or Senate?
Well, I think we'll determine over the next several weeks how this administration responds to the very appropriate call by Patrick Leahy, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, to have these individuals come in and testify. There's been a tendency on the part of this administration to try to hide behind executive privilege every time there's something a little shaky that's taking place. And I think, the administration would be best served by coming clean on this. There doesn't seem to be any national security issues involved with the U.S. Attorney.
Congressman Trey Gowdy had a different view on the use of executive privilege to shield facts related to the Fast and Furious case.
If he did not know about Fast and Furious before Brian Terry was murdered, if he did not approve of the wiretap applications, then what in the world is he asserting executive privilege for? He's either part of it or he's not. If he's part of it, then we've had a series of witnesses that have misled this committee. And if he's not part of it, then he's got no business asserting executive privilege.
After the Supreme Court ruled on the Arizona immigration case, the president turned his back on a sovereign state. The president has been historically divisive. The perfect candidate doesn't exist, and there will only be 2 of them listed on the ballot in November. Every write-in vote is a vote for re-election. This election will cement the path of the next generation. Send a message of unity wherever you go, putting partisan acrimony aside for the good of the country. Visit laststandelection.com and spread the word.